Right. So here's what we're gonna do here. We are gonna list down the games that I played throughout the year, from enjoyable to what I think is my game of the year. We're just gonna put down some of the games which I think belongs in that certain tier, and then I'm just gonna let you lot know why. Yeah. Simple as that. Right. So let's get into it. First up is Assassin's Creed Mirage. It really took me back through the old days of Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, and even 3, of course, and Black Flag, because of its really good stealth gameplay. Its character has got his ways of like being enjoyable with his personality and the way the story transforms him, like any other good assassins before him, or probably after. Not exactly. And how it really makes him a really good assassin, like back in the day, yeah. So, but there was something about that game that's been missing. I don't know why, but I think it's something to do with content or the story or whatnot, but I definitely enjoyed it, so I'm gonna put it to enjoyable. Okay, so let's see. Phantom Liberty, Cyberpunk really got the Cyberpunk franchise back on its feet in a big way. The new DLC with the new characters like Solomon Reed, and the new mechanics, the new changes that CD Projekt Red has made, it just blew my mind right now. So I think for now I'm just gonna put it down as I'll put it down as near flawless because it's definitely, the DLC is definitely anything but not near flawless. It's definitely really good. Alright, so let's see. Lego 2K Drive, played it a couple of times. I definitely like its Mario Kart like mechanics in there, and the way you'll be able to build your own car, like bit by bit, or like Lego by Lego. It's just truly amazing, man, and it's just fun for the whole family, and like it's really good for the kids who wanted to play a bit of Lego and all that. So because of that, I'm gonna put it down as good. It's one of the good games of this year. Now, as for Mortal Kombat, I definitely love the story. The way the combat goes was astounding. Ed Boon knows what he's doing. NetherRealm Studios were fantastic with new graphics, the way it implements each and every character's combat styles and all that. It's really good. So I'm just gonna put it down as incredible. And the only reason for that I put it down as incredible was because there's something about the whole setup with the new reset of the timeline and stuff like that. I definitely enjoyed it, like bringing it back anew, but there's something about certain characters that I definitely miss from it, man. But yeah, regardless, Mortal Kombat 1 is definitely a banging game, and I really recommend you not buy it. Okay, Hogwarts Legacy. Let's see. I will put it down as incredible because it really captures the heart of Harry Potter and its books and its movies. I'm not going to talk about the author or whatnot. I'm just talking about the story that that was told and all that. I watched Harry Potter like from 1 to like the very last one, and the way it allows you to use the spells that are based on the films and the books in a really good certain manner that really matches the game's mission, and that is to make you feel immersed through the world of magic. It's just truly astounding. So, and it's got like so many things for you to do as well, like go into classes, grow your character, and get immersed onto a mysterious story. It's just spot on, man. So I'm just gonna put it down as incredible. So, Octopath Traveler, one of the best JRPGs I know that's been released for this year. So, the way that the turn-based combat, it was just really good, man. And the way the characters were written and the world building was top-notch. If you haven't tried Octopath Traveler, you really need to do that now. So I'm just gonna put it down as they're flawless, baby. Alright. Sea of Stars, just played it recently, and it really takes you back from the time when you played Chrono Trigger. Yeah, that's it. And it just captures the heart of not only just the classic JRPGs, but like the music is spot on and stuff like that, and the characters were really fantastic to immerse yourself with, to care about, and the story with all of that is just fantastic. So I keep on saying fantastic, but Sea of Stars really takes the cake. The studio behind it really worked hard on that game, so I'm just gonna put it down as just incredible. Let's see what's next. Dead Island is really personal for me because the way that it's implements itself into a really fun yet captivating yet gnarly, bloody, gory open world where like anything that you pick up is possible for you to use to slaughter all of them zombies, and it's just got me at the edge of my seat, man, while I was streaming. So I'm really glad to have played it, and for that I'm just gonna put it down as an incredible game. I mean, it isn't without its flaws, but I enjoyed it personally. So Diablo 4, it is absolutely wild fun because of it's actually one of my first CRPGs or strategic RPGs, if that's what they're called, that sort of genre. But the fact that its lore in the Diablo series was so captivating and so dark that, and truly adult, that it is definitely something else. So I'm just gonna put it down as incredible. So we got a few more games to go. I would say Final Fantasy 16 is definitely near flawless because the combat, story, everything. Yoshi P, Soken Sun, oh my gosh, it is really a Final Fantasy to be remembered. While some would argue it's not as memorable as, let's say, Final Fantasy 6, 8, 7, and even 2, it's still a really powerful Final Fantasy in its own right, in terms of its story and its characters, especially Clive Rosfield. He is just a really strong main character, and Ben Starr, he has captivated that character with his strong performance. So I gotta rate that guy for that one, man. So yeah, just a few more to go. Street Fighter 6, Star Wars, Resident Evil 4, Zelda, and Baldur's Gate 3. Which one of these games will deserve a Game of the Year tier? But you know what? Let's go with Jedi Survivor. I'm gonna put him down as... I'll put him down as incredible because the game was really good, the mechanics were improved from the Fallen Order, and the story and the character building was really strong, and the music was worthy of the Star Wars name. Same as with this game, it's truly worthy of the Star Wars legacy because of how well you can use a lightsaber in more ways than one, from the dual wielding to like you can use the pistol and the lightsaber at the same time, and that says something. And the world and the planets that you visit, it's filled with like so many new races, new environments for you to enjoy. And if that doesn't say that it's actually one of the best Star Wars games ever played, or one of the best things in the Star Wars medium, I don't know how it will convince you, because to me it's a fantastic way of getting yourself immersed in the world of Star Wars. Okay, let's go. Legend of Zelda, Street Fighter 6, Resident Evil 4, Baldur's Gate. I'm gonna put them all to near flawless because right about now you already know I'm saving the actual best for last. Not saying that the games that I put down aren't the best, but it's just the feeling of like how well I enjoyed playing these games and the replayability value, and these games actually captures what I want in a really good game. So yeah, let's get into it. This is gonna be a hard one though. Alright, so when I first played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and the way you'll be able to build your own mech and stuff like that, letting your imagination take you over, it's just something that can never be done in any other game, and for that I am proud to play that game. Honest to God, you need to get yourself a Switch if you haven't and buy Zelda. And of course you need to get Mario as well, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Shame that I haven't got the game now still, but nonetheless, Zelda is a truly remarkable game, and it's something that you can't miss out. You really gotta play it. Same with Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, really stunning game. Definitely loved it. Okay, let's see. Street Fighter 6, it is definitely personal for me because me as a competitive player, I've been enjoying the game in more ways than one. The drive system really steps the whole franchise up. It really levels up the playing field of like the players needs to find their own play style and use the drive gauge to their advantage. If you want to use drive parry, even though that's basically kind of being abused to certain players' annoyances, the drive impacts, you need to look out for that, especially when you're in the corner. It was high pressure stuff. You need to take the meter management to account on that game. And not only that, each and every character has their really unique style that really matches the certain diversity that was sorely needed in a Street Fighter game. And not to mention the single player. Even though the single player story, I was really disappointed at that because I didn't really want like my own character thing. That's not what I want in a Street Fighter story. I want the whole continuation of the Street Fighter story that's been moving back from like Street Fighter 2's 3 Alpha, all that with Seth, Shadow Lu, or Shadow Law from Street Fighter 2 animated movie, but we'll get to that. That's the point. Yeah, I just want the whole actual story with high stakes, but I didn't get none of that in Street Fighter 6, and I was disappointed at that. But everything else, it was damn right perfect. And I know I've been saying about Street Fighter 6 a lot than Zelda, but I've been playing the game because, again, I'm a Street Fighter guy, and there are some flaws, but man, Street Fighter 6 is actually right on. Resident Evil 4. Oh lordy, Resident Evil 4. The remake in its own way was Capcom just does not mess. The RE engine really, it just the people behind the RE engine deserves an absolute praise, because even though like it's got a really good photo, can't remember what it's called, even though the graphics are like so good, from the foliage to the textures to the hair strands to the facial animations, everything else, same as Street Fighter 6, you can still run this game up to 60 frames per second. I swear to God, there's something about the RE engine which I'm really impressed about. Same thing with flipping Unreal Engine 4, which still is being used for like, let's say, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is gonna come out, but we'll get to that another time. We're talking about the Game of the Year 2023. For the way that it revamps everything that you know about Resident Evil 4 and its legacy from like almost 20 years ago, from Leon's character to Ashley's to Ada's, Louise, hell, even Westcott, even Salazar just got a better characterization for it. But not only that, the atmosphere was actually even scarier than the original one, because how well the people behind Capcom were using the RE engine to their advantage to make such a daunting, thrilling, heart-pumping atmosphere. The survival horror elements is actually well spot on, and the gunplay, the gameplay, everything, it really captures the heart of not only just Resident Evil 4 and its legacy, but just the Resident Evil franchise. And for that, I am so proud of Capcom I am so proud of Capcom for making these incredible games, and Resident Evil 4 especially, because of how well they've really taken everything that they know about Resident Evil to account and make it into a whole new entity, and I am so happy with that. Now, last but not least, Baldur's Gate 3. It is... When I first seen a panel at MCM Comic Con with all of the actors, like with Shadowheart, Asterion, Karlach, Gale, everyone, I was like really intrigued with the way they spoke about the characters and the world and even the gameplay as well. And even though that I thought that it was kind of hard to look into, the story that you can build on your own with the choices that you make, with the amount of freedom, it's just too hard to resist, man. Especially when you gotta take into account where everything that you do has certain consequences that move you forward to the story, the way that it implements you to the world building as well. It really pushes that sort of freedom of choice to the next level. And with the RPG and with the element of the Dungeons and Dragons, is it the 4th or the 5th edition? They really implement that into the RPG elements so well that it takes us like quite a while to get used to the combat, yet we still got our arcs. We still kept going because of how addictive the whole experience truly is. And when I actually got to the game, when I first played it, I just couldn't stop. I just could not stop playing it, fam. That's how incredible that game was. That's how banging that game was. Larian Studio just managed to hit a home run once again, blood. Not only with Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, but with Baldur's Gate 3 as well. And you know what? Between Diablo 4 and Baldur's Gate 3, I think it's good for everyone to know that CRPGs are starting to become a norm genre that everyone can enjoy, as long as the combat is simple. But Diablo 4 and Baldur's Gate 3 are like special cases, you know. Right. Oh man. Fam, I don't know about you, but this is gonna be rough. Which game did I think deserves to be on the Game of the Year tier? I don't know. Zelda actually killed it, to be honest. But with Street Fighter 6, 4, Baldur's Gate, and Final Fantasy, you know what? It's between all of these games, you know, because of how well it really got me addicted to playing video games. In a good way, of course. Like, it's not good to play video games so much. You need to go out. I'm getting off topic. Okay, so this is gonna be rough, but only one of these games needs to be on that Game of the Year tier. You know what? The games that I missed out, unfortunately, will be Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man 2, because like not only it will make my choice of getting me hard, but it'll mean that it'll make my 2023 a whole lot more complex in a really good way because of how well 2023 is with all the games that they've been releasing. And yeah, you know what? I think I would say the game that really got me going, the game that has incredible replayability, that has a good story, apart from Street Fighter 6 though, and the graphics and all that, and the technical and artistic level, I'd say okay, so was really good. Octopath Traveler as well, Final Fantasy 16, Baldur's Gate 3, Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter 6, Zelda. I think it's actually surprising that Nintendo managed to build an even better Zelda game. Despite the Switch's limitations, they managed to do it so well because you've got like Sky Castle, Sky Islands, you got Hyrule with a few tweaks, but really meaningful ones, and you've got the Abyss levels, which is kind of an overkill, but that's what Nintendo is all about when it comes to Zelda, right? And the content in there was like really good as well. Street Fighter 6, need I say more? Because, bro, the drive mechanics, it makes a whole experience like a lot fresh, and it really puts the fighting game scene back on the map. Same with Mortal Kombat 1, but Street Fighter 6 is like, wow, it's definitely passionate. Resident Evil 4 really pushes that remake revolution to new heights. People will say that remakes are going to kind of ruin the game, but screw them. As long as the game's good, that's all I care about, regardless of if it's a remake or not. That's it. Baldur's Gate 3. Whoa. Okay, I love the characters for Baldur's Gate 3, the lore, the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition elements was smartly implemented into the combat and the dialogue as well, providing a really good amount of freedom that you have. Final Fantasy 16, good music, good story, good world building, good content that really, well, I would say the side story could use a lot more polish, but otherwise the story and the main campaign itself is like spot on, isn't it? It's got like some Final Fantasy 14 elements to it, for better or worse, but yo, it just makes Final Fantasy different for this new installment, and that's one of the things that makes my experience with Final Fantasy 16 like a whole lot special. Octopath Traveler is a smart JRPG with like all the characters that you'll be able to like enjoy playing as, and to, you know, I think as far as Octopath Traveler 2 is concerned, with the lore and all that, it's just fantastic. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. I almost said Liberty by mistake, about the Phantom part. It's just completes CD Projekt Red's redemption. And Soul Marine and Songbird were one of the best characters in Cyberpunk as well. So yeah, shoutouts to CD Projekt Red. But you know what? There is only one winner. There's only one game that deserves to be on the Game of the Year tier list. And that game will be this is gonna be tight, but you know what? Final Fantasy 16. Yeah. It's my favorite game of 2023 because of how well I enjoyed the hell out of the story. And even though like I like to play Baldur's Gate 3 as well, it's really a surprising game. But Final Fantasy 16 really captures my heart. Like personally, I definitely enjoyed the combat, especially with that Devil May Cry-ish combat, which forces you to take approach and train and see what certain combos can work with, stuff like that. It really forces you. It really allows you to get immersed into the dark fantasy story that Square was able to tell, and for that, it's actually my favorite game, my game of the year, and I am really proud of Square Enix for putting it out, and I am very, very happy to make this choice of Final Fantasy 16 to be on the Game of the Year tier list. I mean, on the Game of the Year tier. So yeah, there you have it, fam. I really want to do this again, maybe later on next year with like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 games, but we'll just see what happens. But if you enjoy this tier list video, feel free to give a like and or subscribe. Let me know what you think of the games that you play. What are your favorite games for 2023? Just let me know in the comments, innit? Alright guys, I best head off and I will see you lot soon. This is KingQuaka's signing off. Stay blessed, yeah?